University Malaysia Kelantan UMK is an entrepreneurship-oriented university. We aim to fulfill the government's aspiration to produce a young generation that is not only well-educated but also possesses entrepreneurial spirit in their heart. UMK is an entrepreneurial university in Malaysia and aspires to be one of the world's best. This is in line with the National Entrepreneurship Policy, which seeks to make Malaysia an entrepreneurial nation by 2030. UMK also ensures that the entire university operates within an entrepreneurial ecosystem which includes 10 faculties and is supported by institutions and centers of excellence implemented with innovation-based entrepreneurial disciplines. By implementing this ecosystem, UMK Entrepreneurship Institute UMKEI is leading 4 other entrepreneurial-based centers: the Center for Entrepreneurship Education and Development (CEED), the Institute of Small and Medium Enterprises (ISME), the Global Entrepreneurship Research and Innovation Center (GERIC), and Ignite Venture Lab (IVL). The Faculty of Entrepreneurship and Business, which spearheads this structure, successfully expanded collaborative entrepreneurial networks such as UMK Frontier Street, the Entrepreneurship Advisory Council, and proudly led the KPTM Guideline Committee for Integrated Entrepreneurship Education. From the academic aspect, UMK offers 32 undergraduate programs and 20 postgraduate programs in the fields such as business and management, tourism and hospitality, science and technology, veterinary medicine, communication, languages, architecture, as well as creative technology and heritage. Additionally, UMK provides foundation programs in science, foundation in information technology (HUFAZ), and pre-degree in science. The university continuously enhances its teaching and learning systems to ensure that the learning process occurs creatively and innovatively through My Academic Integrated System (MyEyes), massive open online courses (MOOCs), and blended learning. UMK is committed to cultivating top-notch graduates to become industry leaders. Collaborating with globally recognized local corporate sectors and regional educational institution networks aim to strengthen UMK comprehensively. This commitment is evidenced by the increase in graduate employability percentage and graduates who create job opportunities through entrepreneurship. Research, innovation, and commercializations are pivotal aspects of UMK. Research funding and the number of innovations and commercialized products increase annually. UMK has showcased excellent performance in various prestigious competitions. With #UMK4Society, UMK also actively engages in various community activities. We at UMK believe that our presence will offer a fresh perspective on knowledge advancement. Indeed, our core focus, entrepreneurship, will continuously make University Malaysia Kelantan relevant, unique, and distinctive.
Fakulti Sains Bumi mula beroperasi di kampus Jeli pada April 2012. FSB merupakan fakulti peneraju masa hadapan dalam bidang sumber asli, kelestarian alam sekitar dan geosains di Malaysia di samping meletakkan teras keusahawanan sebagai salah satu teras utamanya. Sejak 2020, penjenamaan FSB telah menjadi keutamaan kami. Discover FSB bertujuan untuk memperkenalkan FSB dan UMK menjadi destinasi pendidikan yang unggul baik dalam negara atau di rantau ini. Terdapat 3 program akademik prasiswaza yang ditawarkan di FSB iaitu program Sains Sumber Asli, program Sains Kelestarian Alam Sekitar dan program Geosains. Program Sains Sumber Asli berteraskan aplikasi sains dan teknologi dalam pengurusan sumber asli merangkumi flora dan fauna hutan hujan tropika. Program ini turut mengintegrasikan penggunaan teknologi seperti GIS dan penderiaan jauh dalam pengurusan sumber asli negara bagi mengimbangi penjanaan ekonomi dan menjamin kemampanan khazanah alam. Program Sains Kelestarian Alam Sekitar direka berdasarkan keperluan industri pada masa kini berkaitan pengurusan alam sekitar. 4 komponen utama yang menjadi asas pembentukan program ini iaitu alam sekitar fizikal yang merangkumi air, udara dan tanah, sosiologi alam sekitar, ekonomi alam sekitar dan governance alam sekitar. Program Geoscience memberi pendedahan kepada ilmu yang mengkaji keadaan, perkembangan dan kandungan bumi serta kajian terhadap kejadian, perkembangan dan evolusi hidupan di bumi. Pelbagai aplikasi digital dalam sesi pengajaran dan pembelajaran telah diguna pakai seperti penggunaan GIS, drone, teknologi pemetaan geospasial dan permodelan. FSB telah mengguna pakai tanda pagar Discover FSB sebagai jenama utama FSB di mana 7 subkluster digunakan dalam setiap aktiviti dan program FSB. Senarai kluster tersebut adalah FSB Preneur, FSB Industry, FSB Care, FSB Explore, FSB Reach, FSB Alumni dan FSB Global Outreach. Aktiviti lapangan serta lawatan ke industri berkaitan kursus pengajian bertujuan memberi tumpuan kepada aspek keberadaan sumber asli, memeliharanya dan mengeksploitasikannya dengan lestari untuk keperluan sejagat. Selain itu, komuniti sekitar turut mendapat manfaat dari segi perkembangan ilmu, terutamanya dalam bidang sains dan teknologi melalui penganjuran pelbagai aktiviti bersama FSB. Usaha ke arah mengekalkan enrolment pelajar diteruskan melalui pendekatan akses dan peluang untuk semua lapisan masyarakat memperoleh ilmu dan khidmat pakar daripada FSB.
Let's see what's interesting at the Tropical Rainforest Research Centre, Faculty of Earth Sciences, Tropical Rainforest Research Centre, UMK Trace. So, let's go! UMK Trace is a strategic collaboration mechanism between University Malaysia Kelantan and Pulau Banding Foundation, focusing on Ecopreneurship Hub, Living Lab Field Laboratories, and local and international research. Today, we will embark on an expedition rich in earth resources, flora and fauna, said to be among the oldest tropical rainforests in the world that is over 130 million years old. There are many exciting activities and expert sharing platforms covering research, entrepreneurship, and social responsibility programs for sustainable benefits attainment in preserving and conserving tropical rainforest treasures. This is a fascinating experience I've ever had in witnessing the breathtaking beauty of nature. Let's explore the natural world at UMK Trace. See you soon!
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to the audience. Sorry. Hello, Alan. Yeah. Yes. Is Hanis with you? Want to record, a welcoming remark for this year's World Heritage Volunteer? Let's do that. I'll put you guys on loudspeaker. Awesome. All right.
Hi everyone, Anis and Dr. Ferd. It's very nice to see you again. Alhamdulillah, for this year, Pulau Banding Foundation have done a lot of collaboration and also programs with regards to community awareness and also part of our research program conducted in Belum, Temenggor. And I think on behalf of Pulau Banding Foundation, this year we would like very much to feel very honoured to be work together with UMK Trace and through this initiative that is World Heritage Volunteers. We are very excited to announce that the registration for World Heritage Volunteers and Belum Forest Friend are now open. And I believe that if we work together, we can protect and celebrate our natural heritage. Bye-bye.
Hello, hi everyone. Hi Dr. Fern. Hi Alan. Okay, some sharing from Yayasan MK about the recent program. This year marks the second year that the International School of Penang is joining WHV. At MK Group, we are deeply committed to education empowerment and community welfare. We hope you enjoy today's webinar forum and look forward to seeing you at our future events.
So we hope and we wish you all the best. Enjoy today's webinar. Hopefully we'll see you guys in World Heritage Volunteer 2025. Thank you.
Hello, Earthlings. I am Belumia regalis of the old tropical rainforest. I am here to let you know that this is my webinar, and I am only available for a short time today, because I need to focus on photosynthesizing.
Hence, I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Zul Hasman Hamza, Dean, Faculty of Earth Science,
University Malaysia, Kelantan, to welcome fellow humans to my webinar.
Greetings and sustainable regards, honorable guests, esteemed colleges, strategy partners, speakers, World Heritage volunteers, and participants. I would like to take this opportunity to warmly welcome all of you to the first International Webinar Forum on World Heritage Volunteers, WHV, Royal Belum State Park, Malaysia 2024. The Royal Belum State Park, Malaysia, has been considered as the hotspot for biodiversity in Malaysia, as it hosts diverse ecosystems and habitats for numerous different species of flora and fauna, of which many are endemic, rare, vulnerable, or otherwise threatened in Malaysia and the region. It represents the largest, undisturbed, and pristine habitats and ecosystem for in situ conservation of both the terrestrial and freshwater river and lake biodiversity in the country. Implemented for the third consecutive years, the World Heritage Volunteer for Royal Belum State Park, Malaysia, aims to raise awareness and instill a sense of responsibility among young people, volunteers, local communities, visitors, and concerned stakeholders on the needs to appreciate, conserve, and promote the protection of Royal Belum State Park tropical rainforest for its ecosystem role and climate stabilizer. This year, our volunteers were able to discover, plan, and engage in different on-site and online activity across the pillars of the TRACE framework for active and digital engagement on awareness, biodiversity, community, partnership, and solution. Special thanks to the Pulau Banding Foundation and MK Foundation, our strategic partners with UMK Tropical Rainforest Research Center, or UMK Trace, Faculty of Earth Science, University Malaysia Kelantan, for coordinating this year's active campaign series for exhibitions, on-site visits, and volunteering works, all the way to this virtual outreach with the global community. The Faculty of Earth Science has conducted various research and conservation programs throughout 2024. These include biodiversity studies on endemic flora and fauna species, geological mapping of strategic areas, and field training with students to understand the dynamics of tropical rainforest ecosystem. Additionally, our faculty collaborates with local communities to strengthen their knowledge on sustainable natural resource management. This is a testament to our joint commitment involving the younger generation as agents in protecting our natural heritage. Through collaboration between universities, international bodies, and local communities, I believe we can strengthen conservation efforts. I hope this webinar forum session will be a productive platform for exchanging ideas, building networks, and fostering new ideas towards the sustainability of world heritage. May the successful of this program inspire everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Associate Prof. That was warm and welcoming. To officiate our first international webinar forum for World Heritage Volunteers, Royal Belum State Park, Malaysia, please welcome Prof. Technologist Dr. Arham Abdullah, exercising the function of Vice Chancellor, University Malaysia Kelantan.
Assalamualaikum, peace be upon all of you and a warm welcome from Malaysia. Honorable guests, esteemed colleagues, strategic partners, speakers, World Heritage volunteers and participants, first and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to Mr. Lazare Elandau Asomo, Director of World Heritage, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, UNESCO World Heritage Center, the Global Coordinator at Better World, and the Malaysian National Commission for UNESCO, MNCU, for entrusting University Malaysia Kelantan, UMK, to host the Third World Heritage Volunteers WHV program for Royal Belum State Park. Malaysia at the UMK Tropical Rainforest Research Center, UMK TRACE, Faculty of Earth Science. As a university dedicated to entrepreneurship, education and sustainability, UMK is proud to collaborate with our esteemed strategic partners, Pulau Banding Foundation, MK Foundation, Exotel Lab, Belum Rainforest Resort, Perak State Park Corporation, WWF Malaysia, Orang Asli Communities of Belum Temenggong, Tropical Rainforest Conservation and Research Center, TRC, and many others to successfully host this year WHV Action Camp Series. A special note of gratitude to Setia Haruman and Steelcase Malaysia for their invaluable support for this initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Heritage Volunteers WHV 2024 at Royal Belum State Park, Malaysia is about building partnership for conservation. It emphasizes hands-on involvement through action camps at the Belum Temenggong Tropical Rainforest Complex, which also leveraging digital platform to amplify our effort and educate communities about the value of our natural heritage. Today, we gather for the first international virtual webinar forum, a significant initiative to raise awareness among global youth and institutions about the importance of partnership in conserving and protecting World Heritage Sites, with a special focus on Royal Belum State Park, Malaysia. On this occasion, I would like to highlight UMK's strong commitment to volunteerism, demonstrated through our collaboration with higher learning institutions in Malaysia. Together, we mobilized over 1,000 volunteers from Malaysia public universities to assist a post-flood operation across the country. This collective effort reflects not only deep concern of our youth for current challenges, but also showcase their remarkable spirits of volunteerism. It is through partnership among youth, government institutions, private agencies, NGOs, and NPOs, such as impactful initiatives become possible. Efforts like these must continue to ensure active youth involvement in conservation and sustainable development agendas. I also wish to extend my heartfelt congratulations to youth from Malaysia, Indonesia, and Australia who volunteered for this year's WHB Royal Belum initiative. Your participation is truly inspiring, as is the dedication shown in global youth volunteering at heritage sites worldwide. Looking ahead to 2025, UMK will strengthen our collaboration with the Pulau Banding Foundation to further empower youth action in tropical rainforest conservation through the Belum Forest Friend or BFF initiative. I welcome institutions from all around the world to get in touch with our team at UMK Trace to collaborate on future projects. I hope that today's webinar serves as a source of inspiration for future generations, highlighting the power and beauty of collaboration and partnership in volunteerism. With great honor, I now officiate the first International Virtual Webinar Forum on World Heritage Volunteers WHB Royal Belum State Park, Malaysia 2024. Together, let us continue this vital effort towards a more sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof, for your words of wisdom and courage. Next, let me introduce our moderator to you fellow humans. Ms. Maria Rahman is a dedicated advocate for Malaysia's natural heritage and a pro bono advisor for the Pulau Banding Foundation.
She actively supports Orang Asli communities, champions sustainability in Royal Belum State Park,
and connects people to biodiversity through collaborations, workshops, and awareness campaigns.
Hold on a second. The sun is up. It's our photo period. Where were we? Oh, yes. Maria. From launching the Pulau Banding Trail to marveling at the Rafflesia in bloom.
Maria's passion for conservation drives her efforts to inspire others to cherish and protect nature.
Ladies and gentlemen, humans and other living organisms, please welcome Ms. Maria Rahman. Ms. Maria Rahman, my virtual webinar floor is now yours.
Thank you, Belumia Regalia. Welcome, everybody. Hi, my name is Maria. Welcome to our first session. So, honorable guests, esteemed colleagues, strategic partners, speakers, World Heritage volunteers, and participants. Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to the inaugural International Webinar Forum on World Heritage Volunteers for Royal Belum State Park, Malaysia 2024. Our theme this year, Sustaining Natural Heritage Through Eco-Digital Community, celebrates the powerful synergy between ecological values and digital innovation. It's about building a network of communities that leverage technology to advance conservation, promote sustainable environmental practices, and foster meaningful engagement. Together, we aim to enhance not only the preservation of our natural heritage, but also the social, cultural, and economic well-being of the communities involved. Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to announce that the registration for this webinar is now officially open. You may click on the registration link provided in the comments section to secure your participation. Okay, so let's make today a step forward in inspiring action and innovation for the future of our planet. Thank you, and let's dive into today's exciting program. Let's get to know our panelists for today. We have two parts of the session. Our first session, we're very honored to have three distinguished guests. Our first panelist, Mr. Muhammad Shahrin bin Abdullah, who is the Director of World Heritage Division, National Heritage Department of Malaysia. A little bit of an introduction for Mr. Muhammad Charin. Born on July 25th, 1975, holds a bachelor's degree in sociology and anthropology from the International Islamic University, Malaysia. He currently serves as the director of the World Heritage Division at the National Heritage Department of Malaysia. His notable contributions include publications such as Elevating Malaysia's Heritage to the Global Stage, Challenges and Benefits, and involvement in the Conservation Management Plan for the Archaeological Heritage of the Lenggong Valley. He also plays a key role in Malaysia's UNESCO World Heritage nomination efforts. Good morning, Chair Muhammad Charin. Welcome.
Okay, good morning. Thank Miss Maria Rahman. Okay, thank you for inviting me to this webinar. Okay, thank you.
All right, so I'll welcome our next panelists. We have Mr. Lau Cheng Fong, our Interim Director for Perak State Parks Corporation. With over 15 years of experience in conservation, Mr. Fong has been a dedicated advocate for the Belum Temenggong landscape. From conducting wildlife surveys to leading community engagement as a research officer and now interim director of Perak State Parks Corporation, he has played a pivotal role in managing Royal Belum State Park. Co-author of Wild Perak, Belum Temenggong, Mr. Fong's passion extends to youth engagement through the World Heritage Volunteers Initiative, making him an invaluable voice in conservation. Welcome, Fong. Sorry, I keep switching between your surname, but we know you as Fong. So welcome on board.
Yep, hi.
Thanks for joining us. All right, our third panelist, my fellow colleague from Pulau Banding Foundation, Mr. Zul Fadlan Ahmad Kushairi, who's the manager. He's been championing rainforest conservation since 2013, rising through the ranks at the Pulau Banding Foundation. From fostering research on the Belum Temenggong Rainforest Complex biodiversity to leading impactful conservation projects, he integrates science, community empowerment, and partnerships to drive meaningful change. His commitment to sustainable practices and collaboration continues to shape the Foundation's mission. Hi, Lan.
Hi, Miss Maria. Nice to meet you again, and thank you for the introduction. That is so kind of you to give that kind of an introduction. Thank you so much.
All right. Welcome. Welcome to all our panelists. Can we have them all on stage?
Yeah.
Thank you. We're supported by Mr. Ayman from UMK today. Thank you, Mr. Ayman, for helping us with the technology. All right, I'll start with we'll try to go through three different thematic questions. And the first question will be about getting to know your organizations. So getting to know National Heritage Department, World Heritage Division, getting to know the Perak State Parks Corporation, and of course, Pulau Banding Foundation. So my first question, Mr. Charin, what are your organization's key functions? And how does it contribute to the conservation of Malaysia's natural heritage sites? Or
Okay,
what are some of the natural heritage sites in Malaysia?
Okay, before I start, let me introduce myself. Okay, I'm from Department of National Heritage, and actually I'm from World Heritage Division. And World Heritage Division is not only for heritage sites, to protect heritage sites, we also in charge of all heritage, under different categories to be inscribed as under the UNESCO inscription or recognition. So this is one of our because scope actually for the site. And actually the Department of National Heritage was established simultaneously with the enforcement of National Heritage Act or Act 645. And this act actually is is the first. It's considered, is a belief that the first, or the most comprehensive act in the world, because due to its coverage, from the physical and non-physical, or tangible and intangible, underwater cultural heritage, living human treasures, and then also the natural heritage. This is the most this is the most comprehensive act in Malaysia, and also is believed in the world, that cover wider spectrum of heritage. And actually, before the establishment of the National Heritage Act, or the formulation of National Heritage Act, we have the Antiquities Act 1976, but the act only covered physical aspect or the tangible aspect of the heritage. So we hope that this act will will provide more conservation effort for the protection of our heritage in Malaysia. And then when we talk about the Department of National Heritage, so actually the main function of the department is actually based on similar to the function of the Commissioner of Heritage, where among the function, of course, to establish National Heritage Register, and then to provide the conservation of heritage, and then also to do research, to facilitate research, and also to maintain and liaison cooperation with the state authority in respect of conservation and preservation of heritage matters, and also to advise, of course, to advise the minister with regard to any matter in respect of the conservation and preservation of heritage. And actually this, also to maintain documents relating to any excavation, exploration, finding or search for heritage. That is the main function of the Department of the National Heritage. And I think you have any further question to ask? Okay.
So maybe you can share some of our natural heritage sites in Malaysia.
Okay, we have so many heritage sites in Malaysia. For example, Royal Belum itself. This is the one of the most prominent, I think, site actually in terms of heritage. Natural heritage. And actually, we have gazetted this site as a National Heritage Act, if not mistaken, in 2007 or 2009. And then, of course, from time to time, we'll do monitoring for the site. And from time to time, the park itself will submit the application before they would like to before they plan to do some new development within this site. So I'm of course actually one of the officers that will monitor this site to ensure that it will be well protected based on the National Heritage Act and also the principles under the UNESCO or international principle. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Sharin. That's good to know. All right. You mentioned Belum, right? So we have Mr. Fong, who is from the Perak State Parks Corporation. So Fong, maybe you can share with us a little bit on your role in promoting conservation of the state parks in Perak.
Yeah, I think so people get confused Fong or Lau, but it's okay to call me Fong, no need to like Mr. or whatever. Yeah, so for Perak State Parks was actually set up under the enactment of Perak State Park Enactment. So our role is to manage state parks only in the state of Perak. And in Perak, we have 3 state parks, and Royal Belum being the oldest and also the largest one, over 1,200 square kilometer. The second one is Pulau Sembilan State Park, very small, it's just a cluster of islands. And another one was Kinta Nature Park, which is only about 4 square kilometer. So by comparison, Royal Belum, it becomes like the bulk or the main business of Perak State Parks Corporation. And talking about Belum, it's part of a much larger forested landscape in the northern part of Peninsular Malaysia. So Belum itself is 1,200 square kilometer, but if you include the surrounding forest or the connected forest, that chunk is over 8,000 square kilometer. And when we talk about size, when we talk about conservation, especially for large mammals, animals that require large roaming areas, size really area size. If you have a small area or fragmented areas, it cannot sustain a viable population. So Royal Belum is a very important part of this landscape, and we also hold the highest record of tiger density in Malaysia. That was recorded in 2011. Of course, the population also fluctuated over the years, up and down a little bit. If you want to know more, we can talk more about that. I can go on for 1 hour for that. Maybe we don't have enough time. And also we are the only site in Southeast Asia to achieve CATS accreditation. So CATS is the abbreviation for Conservation Assured Tiger Standards. We achieved this last year. It is a standard used for the management of tiger habitat. So it's like ISO, if how do we ensure that it's a good park, or how do we ensure that it's a safe food to be consumed, being produced in the factory. So for a park management, we use the standard of CATS. Another thing that is a little bit different in Belum is that we have our local indigenous people, indigenous community living inside the park. So unlike most, or if not all, other parks in Malaysia, the local indigenous community are normally living in the border, near the border, or in the buffer zone. But for Belum, we have about 1,000 orang asli, indigenous people of the Jahai group. So these Jahai people, they are scattered in about 6 or 7 villages inside Belum, and just about half a century ago, they were still living a nomadic hunting-gathering lifestyle. So they are also in a transition period, and then the state has given the commitment to protect this area as a protected area for conservation. A lot of things are very dynamic, and it means that we need to have a very strong community engagement strategy. They are part of the landscape. They have been part of the ecosystem, but the world now is changing very fast. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, we would never imagine having a webinar. Things like this are keeping up really fast, and how do we steer the direction? And this is very crucial, very critical part of conservation, but also trying to stay very close to the ground, because conservation is everything is on the ground. We don't conserve virtual tiger. We want to conserve real tiger, and how do we make the balance? It's very, very interesting. Yeah, I think that's enough for the introduction.
Thank you, Fong. Yes, we can go on about this for a couple of hours, I'm sure, but we're a little bit limited on time today. Hopefully, we'll have other sessions. Thank you. Right, so now I would like to invite Mr. Fadlan from Pulau Banding Foundation. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your organization's role, and Pulau Banding, which is an actual pulau, is said to be the heart of Belum Temengor tropical rainforest complexes. Could you share some interesting facts about this island?
Okay, thank you, Maria. I think there's two-part question there, so I'm going to answer the first one. And then with regards to Pulau Banding Foundation, I think we are dedicated to balancing conservation and also sustainable development of Belum Temengor rainforest complex. So here we aim to protect its biodiversity, empower local communities, and also facilitating impactful research which come across around the area. So as a whole, globally, so Pulau Banding Foundation is organizing such a program like UNESCO World Heritage Volunteers, where we focus on youth and also community engagement and promoting conservation as a shared responsibility. So and then continue to the second part. So with regards to the Pulau Banding area as a so-called the heart of Belum. So if you can see within, hold on, let me get the slide first. This is quite an interesting, I'll let the admin know that there's a slide. Okay, all right. As you can see, the whole area the whole map is actually Belum Temengor Rainforest Complex. And you can see the red dot over there, in the middle one is actually the Pulau Banding. So you can see within the pulau or island itself, we have a research center, we have a jetty for people to transfer throughout the lake Temengor, and also we have accommodation, houseboats, and also Belum Rainforest Resort. We have a resort there. So this whole area is like a gateway to you name it, like research, ecotourism, conservation effort, and all kinds of initiative around the area. So that's one thing about it. And just to have some clear picture to give a clear picture to our guests and also our audience around here. Yeah, thank you, Maria. So when we talk about pulau or island, people will consider that island is where the beach is, and then we have like a palm tree, the coconut tree, and everything. But no, this is actually in the middle of a forest. And what happened here is that all the hilltop around the area, okay, was flooded by the development of a dam around. So this lake is actually a man-made lake. So all the hilltop around here become like a Pulau Banding here. It becomes an island. So I think there's about more or less approximately like 90 islands around this area. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Maria. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you, Fadlan. Yes, I recall people thought it's pulau and there's beach and palm trees, but no. And you don't need to take a boat because there is already a jambatan built to connect the mainland to Pulau Banding. Thank you, Fadlan. Okay, so about getting involved, challenges and opportunities. Mr. Sharin, what are some of your department's achievements in protecting Malaysia's natural heritage, or how do you engage young people in your initiatives?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Maria. Actually, the notable achievement in protecting Malaysian heritage, of course, by providing the legal instrument, national legal instrument, namely National Heritage Act 2005 or Act 645. And then under this act, actually they have it has its own national heritage register, where once registered, of course, the site will be well protected, and it has to follow with the conservation management plan established or formulated for a special for the site that has been directed. And then, of course, not only that, we also, the notable achievement in protecting heritage. Also, we have, we have managed to get the recognition from UNESCO. For the sites, like what we have Malacca and Georgetown. We have we call the Lenggong, and we have Nia National Park. And then there's one. That's among the example that we have so far for the protection at national and also at world and at the national level. Once inscribed or once recognized by UNESCO, also we need to follow the rules and regulation provided by us and agreed by UNESCO, where we have to make sure that the site will be maintained in terms of its authenticity, integrity, and of course the what we call the community itself related to the site. And then from time to time we have to monitor it through the what we call under the UNESCO provision. We have periodic reporting every 6 years or every cycles at least 6 years, and this report need to be sent to UNESCO. And by following following the rules and regulation and also the conservation management plan provided for the site, we will be successfully maintain the preservation and conservation of the site. That's the most important achievement that we have done actually for the site in Malaysia Heritage Site. And then to engage the young people, especially in protecting national heritage in Malaysia and also the heritage site in Malaysia. We have a few programs that we have introduced, and of course from time to time we will enhance the content and also the participation of the for the program. And for example, the program that we have so far, we have for this ecological heritage site in Lenggong. Almost every year we have Tunas Ecology for the young generation. We invite the school children and also from university to participate in our program, where we provide them with the what we call the courses on archaeology, basic, I mean the basic introduction about the archaeology itself, and also how to protect the site, and how the archaeologists, I mean, doing their work for the during the excavation, and also how it will be documented accordingly. So that's how we engage the young people. And from time to time, actually, of course, the awareness program, I mean, the department will bring them to the, I mean, certain sites that we have recognized, or that been inscribed under the UNESCO, where we provide them the briefing, and then also the site visit, and to get them to experience with the site itself. And this is how actually we believe that to get the young people to, to be closer to the heritage site that we have, and then also to create awareness about the importance of national heritage and world heritage site. And we hope that we'll continue for the future generation, and we hope that it will help in terms of protecting and preserving our heritage throughout Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharin. It sounds very exciting, right? So, to our audience, if anybody wants to get involved, we should actually participate in some of the programs. I think it will be available on your websites to publicize these events, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sharin. So, Fong, coming to your organization, maybe how do you envision the general public contributing to the sustainability of these your parks, and what roles can volunteers play in the ecosystem?
I think for any, for conservation or for heritage site, there's something very important that make us want to protect the place. And that value is only valuable if there are people supporting this concept, this idea, to continue to give protection, conservation to the place. Whether it's a building, or it's a knowledge, or in our case it's a park, it's a protected area. So the people is really important, is this aspect. And as I mentioned, that there are 1,000 indigenous people living inside the park. There are also about another 1,000 living in the buffer area, very close to the park. And these people, they rely on the forest a lot, whether to build their houses, to find food, to make a living. So they can make or break that, whatever we want to protect. And knowing this, we work very closely with the NGOs like WWF, RIMAU, and a lot of other funders, and also other enforcement agencies, to carry out various conservation activities. So in the past 10 plus years or so, we have been focusing on getting the communities to be our allies. And we are very lucky, because the community here, they are very supportive. They are, I know in some areas, the conservation are actually fighting with the local community. Like the local communities are doing the poaching, and then the conservationists from outside is trying to change that. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult that to fight someone who is living inside and set a snare behind the house. There's no way we can be there 24/7. But we are very lucky. Our community has been very supportive. So on these slides, these are the things that we do. Anti-poaching patrolling, we have the highest density of patrollers in protected areas in Malaysia, over 100 people. And this year we achieved 0 snare in Belum.
Wow.
So comparing to, in 2017, we have over 300 snares. This year we have 0. So that's a big achievement. And that allows us to extend more, because conservation is the core, protection is the core. When we have that, when we can keep that under control, allow us to explore further into conservation, like wildlife conservation project, doing tiger survey. In this picture, we are also doing grazing area to improve the food source for the gaur or the seladang. And then we also can explore working with the community on tourism. And also we can also work with the other NGOs on educating for the next generation, where we provide early childhood education, because many of them, they do not have the opportunity to go to school. Attending the school is also a culture shock to their lifestyle. I don't know. I have a daughter. I went through that stage where she didn't want to go to school. But imagine the orang asli living inside the forest suddenly need to go to school and sit down for half a day. That's quite a torture for a little kid, right? But you said that education is very important. It will open the window to various possibilities. For the general public, I see it as an extension of community beyond those living inside and around our landscape. We need more people support. So to support, then we need people to come and visit, and see how what is the real rainforest. It's not just a walk in the park. I don't think we can explain enough to give justice to what a rainforest is. We really need to be there. Things are, we can't see a lot of things, but everything is there. I have never seen a tiger, but we know it's there. We know there are tracks and all this, and once we are there, it also opened up a different perspective of life. Because sometimes when you read about the history, all this guerrilla warfare and all this, we cannot imagine how is it going to be. But in the forest, you understand that we don't see we don't see the things, we don't see an enemy, we don't see the animals. But how do we protect the animals if we don't see it? How do we track down the poachers if we don't see them? These are the things that it's beyond what we can learn about conservation from the book. And also, and also can also learn about what we have done for conservation. This is ground zero for conservation, the front line, and how do we go from 300 snares to 0 snares, and how we struggle in the past 2 years with the African swine fever. We think the wild boar is a very strong and stubborn species, very what do you call this? Very tenacious. But then 2 years ago, it proved us wrong. One African swine fever almost wiped out our wild boar, and how much we have struggled. The tiger has struggled, and also how it caused the cascading effect in the ecosystem. I think this is a lot of things that it's an open classroom for everybody. People can, welcome to come and experience that very, very authentic things that the rainforest can offer.
There you go, audience. You've got a personal invitation from the Interim Director of Perak State Parks Corporation. So please visit Belum. Thank you, Fong. I know we can talk about this for many hours, but we are running out of time. So thank you for that. Right. Fadlan, so maybe you can just quickly share Pulau Banding Foundation, right? Through the Pulau Banding Charter, which has committed in empowering collaborative networks for conservation preservation of Belum Temenggor Tropical Rainforest Complex. What advice would you give to organizations aiming to collaborate among young volunteers worldwide to protect and sustain natural heritage sites?
Thank you, Maria. I think Pulau Banding Foundation is actually an organization that tends to bring people together, especially on the sides of collaboration in terms of volunteerism with regards to community work, and also into the conservation side of it. But I think there's a few things that I myself learned throughout these past few years, because when it comes to the conservation and also volunteer, I'm a bit old school. I have a lot of things that have doing works on the ground, and then reaching people and bringing people in one place and do the work itself on the ground. But I think for the past few years, and in fact, especially after the social media boom, I we realized that the work does not only happens on the ground, but that is most of the work done. But also with regards to the awareness, bringing people coming together, it's all in the social media. It's all towards the internet nowadays, right? So I think the first one, I think we should like leverage on technology using a digital platform. This IG, Facebook, even TikTok right now is very famous to connect and engage. Yeah, and then number two is of course inclusivity comes in my mind. So it doesn't matter whoever wants to volunteers and everything, they should be joining us together. Yeah, and then number three is we focus on education and empowerment, whereby the people coming in or the volunteers that coming along with us, not just we ask them to do this and that, cleaning up people's house. No, it's beyond that. We have to provide some kind of training for them and also enhance on experience, or in the future they can leave our place and then just apply it to other places that requires all this conservation and also volunteer's duty. And then towards the end, there's another one key point that I wanted to share is with regards to the long-term impact. So when it comes to volunteer conservation work and also community work, it doesn't happen in just 3 days program, 2 days program. No, it's a continual effort. So designing of the program must be contribute towards number one, skill building, and also the community improvement of the area itself. Yeah, and then that's all for me, but I just have a few photos in my slide. So this one is some kind of a few of the species that we had previously from our expeditions, and you can see all these vibrant birds, yeah, that we found up. So I think this is something young, or what do you call it, we should have to protect. Yeah. And then I think back in the first slide, you can show the first slide. Hold on. Okay. So this is what you call Miss Maria. Maria called the Pulau Banding Charter. Yeah. So this is what shapes the foundation itself right now. So in regards to everything's on the development side, the conservation sides, about the community, the ecotourism side of it, everything is envisioned within this Pulau Banding Charter. So if you want to know more, like I think we don't have much time, but if you want to know more, I am always welcome people to just contact me, and then I can share more information on this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fadlan.
Yeah.
I love the photos, right? Just take photos, guys, but do not take the birds home, okay? Leave them. We need to protect them in their natural habitat. Okay, I know we're really out of time. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I really want to also touch on the exploring digital tools, right? So as we look forward into the future of conservation, digital technologies like remote sensing, digital tourism, AI, GPS-enabled wristbands are becoming increasingly important. Maybe not specific to anyone or what you're doing, but how do you think we can leverage these tools to enhance conservation efforts, improve data collection and better engage local communities in protecting natural heritage? Maybe Mr. Sharin, do you use digital tools and technology to address some of the challenges your organization has?
Okay, of course, the main challenges for the conservation of heritage sites, the awareness itself, how to get the people to aware what's the importance of protecting and preserving our heritage. And then from time to time, actually, we have conducted so many programs to enhance the awareness of the people, especially the local community and the society throughout Malaysia. But anyway, still, efforts need to be, continuously be done, because we cannot expect that it can be done. with a short period of time, because maybe sometimes it won't reach people that we have targeted. But anyway, once we plan for the program, the proper program, of course we believe that we can get more or better understanding of the importance of protecting and preserving of our heritage. And then of course the main challenges, the awareness not only for the community and the society outside, but also the decision makers. It's not easy to get them to understand about the basic concept and also the importance of heritage. So we have to also to target the decision makers itself. To get them to be with us in term to protect the heritage. And then, as I mentioned to you before, that among the important or notable effort or the significant effort that we can do is to gazette the site under the act, and then also to get the inscription of the site under the at international level, because what's described, we have to follow the rules and regulation. But anyway, it doesn't mean that we are been colonized by the international organization. But anyway, just to we follow them because of the standard of protection and conservation that they have experienced before, and of course the knowledge that they have, we can utilize, and also to help to ensure the heritage site or our site will be well protected. And then from time to time also we need to get few methods and also the way how to reach all those people, and especially the society or the community or decision makers, and we can try to apply the digital tools and technologies to help in addressing these challenges effectively. And then of course the digital tools easy to be reached, and also we can consider it is one of the easiest way how to attract people to see, especially the younger generation, because through these digital tools and technologies, we can help to enhance to get the people to more understand with the graphic design, and also the way how we put the points clearly, and then also especially with the graphic design, with the cartoons or whatever, we can enhance the understanding of the concept, and also to make it more attractive for the youngster as well. And then the points also can be, not only the point, but anyway the footage or whatever through the digital tools can be, played for many times, and of course after quite some time, then we believe that it will reach them with more understanding about the basic concept of protection, and also to enhance their awareness of the protection of heritage as well. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Sharin. So I think, can we have the slide just now? So for the audience tuned in, if you want to get involved, you can scan the QR code and stay tuned on all the activities, and maybe educating ourselves on what's out there and how we can participate. Thank you, Sharin. Right. So Fong, so conservation goals, tourism growth, generating revenue to facilitate your parks. Is your organization ready to explore digital tools?
The short answer is we are getting ready. So in the past more than a decade or so, we have been focusing a lot on the conservation, the conventional conservation, protection, and all these things. And then after we were doing on the protection, we were focusing on getting the communities to be our allies, working with the community engagement. Now that we have got that covered and pretty much on track, and we are more ready now to put more effort into ecotourism, because when we get higher into the making level, they have so many things to look at, but they always the simple tangible thing they look at is also how much money are you bringing, you know, and that is a very strong tool. It's a very real world, right? They look at the value, how much value can you bring to the country, to the state, and to the people. So so the money is one thing. The other thing is we also need to engage people to do the awareness for people to appreciate what we are doing, and also to inspire people, because we know what Rural Belum has to offer is beyond just recreational value. We know there are a lot of things that people can also learn and contribute. So I will have to admit that we have not done enough to leverage on the digital tool. We are not very good at it either, and hence we are open for collaboration. You know,
Yes.
how do we go put ourselves out there, because people now have very short attention span. You know, everything is in the phone, bombarded our mind. And so how do we capture their mind, and do you have 10 seconds to want to capture your attention? You know, people can just swipe through, you know, scroll up. We who are doing the conservation, pulling out snares, we do not know how to capture, to do that kind of thing. You know, so we need to engage good partners. How do we engage people? And you know, I think in the end is we want to get more people to be supportive of conservation. We want to mainstream conservation. We want to build an army of network, you know, to be the voice of conservation. We on the ground we can do a lot of things, like we already started working with the indigenous people cooperative to offer tour package or volunteerism package for people or corporate bodies to come to experience, to volunteer. But how do we sell this out there? You know, if you're doing a good job and no one knows about it, then you're still going to lose it to the one who spent money on promotion. You know, and how do we capture that to that interface and capture the audience, capture or the potential partners? I think that is the next link that we're trying to build. I don't know, maybe UMK Trace, PBF, and Sharin, you know. I don't know how we can go towards that, and you know, bring to achieve what we want to achieve. Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Fong. I think we invite corporations, out there. If you want to contribute to conservation from a digital perspective, please reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to take up a discussion on that. Thank you, Fong. Okay, Fadlan, very quickly. In the beginning of the speeches, there was a mention about Belum Forest Friends, BFF. And ideas on what we can explore with regards to digital conservation. Maybe you can just briefly tell us a little bit about this.
Thank you, Maria. So BFF, or we call it Belum Forest Friends, is actually an initiative that we targeting all participants, age group. It doesn't matter where you are in school, whether they are a professional volunteers, say, or even local communities around rainforest. Everyone is accepted for BFF. But what is BFF? What do we do? So basically, towards the conservation and also community work, we will have some kind of volunteers that are pool of volunteers working together with our program. So this is where BFF come and takes us along towards the on the ground works. Doesn't matter whether it's on the ground works, whether it's advocation throughout the social media, and even sharing of our experience and everything. So that I think at the end of the day, what BFF offers is that we wanted to create a community that is very sensitive towards conservation of rainforests, towards a new and coming ESG ecosystem that we had right now. And then I see through BFF, I can see the potential values of all the volunteers that can support our initiative within Temanggung Rainforest. Yeah.
And I think we also do roadshows, awareness campaigns in colleges, universities, shopping malls, parks, to introduce some of these insects, right? Very interesting looking insects, as you can see on the poster right now. Also, you can scan the QR code.
Yeah, Maria, sorry. It's like if you guys cannot go into the forest, we bring the forest to you guys. Yep.
Part of the forest. The forest.
Part of the forest. Just tiny bits of it.
Nanti for Mara, we bring the forest out. All right. Okay, thank you, Fadan. Thank you, panelists. We are overrunning. I think admin will not be too happy about this. But do we have any questions from the audience? Maybe we can take one question if there is any question. Let's see. Audience, I hope you're still with us. It's been very interesting for me, and I miss Belum, and I want to go back soon. And I invite everyone who's interested or curious, please do come to Royal Belum. I don't think we have any questions. All right. So thanks for the cheer, audience, and for the encouragement. I think Trace has a lot of fans here. Terbaik Trace. Love Trace. We do have a question. Do you want to collaborate with TikTokers? I think that's a good question. We obviously need, if you guys don't mind, can I answer this question as a pro bono advisor? Thank you. Obviously, we welcome individuals, TikTokers, whatever platform you're on, to collaborate with us. We do have, the websites, the sites on all the social media platforms. But just like me, it will be pro bono because we do fundraising in conservation. We are working with a lot of corporations, individuals, universities for matching grants, and we would like to fund the money into conservation work and research work. So if any TikTokers nak buat amal jariah, pro bono like me, of course we welcome you to approach any of us, and we hope to raise more awareness about what's available in Belum. So yes, short answer, yes, that would be great, Farhan. We do have other questions, but we are running over time.
I think that question actually covered in my session earlier. Maybe I'll just go on the Facebook and answer it personally.
Yeah, thank you, Fong. Right, so I really appreciate the panelists' time today. I really want to thank you. This is our first session, a lot of lessons learned. Really, really appreciate your time, Encik Sharin, Fong, Fadlan, the sharing. I think we can we hope to create interest so that we can have subsequent sessions in the future, and we can deep dive on some of the topics, inshallah. So I thank you everyone for your time today, for your sharing, and thank you to the audience for tuning in. I really appreciate you spending your time this morning, afternoon with us. We do have our second set, which should be starting in a few more minutes. But before we move to the next segment, I think we have a video on a glimpse of World Heritage Volunteer 2024 this year. And our second set, it will be speaking to the alumni of World Heritage Volunteers from 2022, 2023, and 2024. So that's the end of our first session. And if you're interested to hear the experience from the WHV, the volunteers themselves, stay tuned for our second set. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back. I hope we still have some audience with us for our second set. In this segment, we'll be talking to youth volunteers for conservation who are the alumni of World Heritage Volunteers WHV in Royal Belum State Park. I would like to, we have three alumni with us today. The first will be Miss Sumaya Ramatullah from UPM, who is the World Heritage Volunteer 2022. And then we, maybe Sumaya, you would like to give a brief introduction about yourself. You can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Maria. I think I'm audible, right?
Yes. Loud and
All
clear.
right. Hi, everyone. Whoever is watching the webinar, thank you very much for joining us. So my name is Sumaya. I am originally from Bangladesh, and I had been one of the international volunteers at World Heritage Volunteer at UMK Tres back in 2022. And it was a wonderful experience for me because I think UMK Tres taught us the value of respecting nature and conservation. So it was a wonderful experience for me. So I got recently graduated from UPM, University Putra Malaysia. I did my bachelor in environmental science and technology. So currently I'm working with some organizations in my country to achieve some of the environmental initiatives. And beside that, I'm working as a part-time content creator. I try to provide environmental awareness related contents on social medias. Yeah, I think that sums up a bit of my introduction. Thank you.
Thank you, Sumaya. We'll be talking more soon. Let me just bring everybody on board first. Yeah, thank you. Right, our next alumni is Mohammed Akram Azardeen from UTP, who is the WHV alumni from 2023. Welcome, Akram. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi, Maria, and hello everyone hello everyone who's joining us today. Yeah. So I'm Akram. I am originally a Sri Lankan, but I live in Saudi Arabia, and then I started my studies in Malaysia, undergraduate, and now I'm doing my masters by research at UTP. And so the whole WHV experience last year was amazing, opened my eyes into a whole new world. And it's so inspirational that even it is connected very deeply into my research, as in like I'm going into optimization. So we use a lot of nature-based algorithms there. So overall, I think what I've learned throughout my experience there at UMK Trace is that there's a lot that the youth can do, and we try our best to get almost everyone. It'd be better if everyone gets involved, but get everyone involved, and then there are ways to actually get into it in such a way that it doesn't burn you out in the beginning. So I think that's what yeah. So that's what I've learned. So yeah.
Thank you, Akram. We'll be hearing, I look forward to hearing more later. Yeah, thank you a lot. Now, our next alumni is Baba Tarani Chandran from UMK, who is our latest alumni from this year's program. Hi, Baba.
Hello, Miss Maria. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here today as a part of First International Webinar Forum on World Heritage Volunteers 2024. So my name is Bavatarani Chandran, but feel free to call me Baba. And I'm currently an intern at UMK Tropical Rainforest Research Center, where I get to combine my love for research, biodiversity conservation, and ecotourism while working closely with local communities over there. So I'm also a final year nature resource science student at the Faculty of Earth Science in University of Malaysia, Kelantan. So over the years, my studies have fueled my passion for environmental sustainability and conservation. But my journey didn't stop in the classroom. It extended into the field where I began to volunteering. So my volunteering journey began several years ago, where focusing on youth empowerment and conservation efforts. So one of the highlights of this volunteering journey was receiving the Roots and Shoots Malaysia Awards in 2023 past year. So it was humbling moment that recognized my contribution to environmental projects and my efforts to inspire youth to take action. So as a volunteer for this year, on WHV. So as in the program at Royal Belum State Park, I have had the privilege to participating in impactful initiatives where that integrates with digital tools and conservation strategies to protect our natural heritage. So I think this aligns with our theme for this year, which is sustaining natural heritage through eco-digital community. So yeah, that's pretty much about me for now. So thank you for this opportunity, Miss Maria.
Welcome, welcome. Can we have everybody on stage, please? Thank you. Thank you. So welcome, guys. I'm really excited because this is the voice, from your personal experience in the World Heritage Volunteer Program. So my first question, and before I go into a question, I want to congratulate Sumaya on receiving the Prof. Emeritus Tan Sri Dr. Rashdan Baba Gold Medal Prestige Award during the 48th convocation ceremony at University Putra, Malaysia. Well done, Sumaya. Congratulations. Really proud of your achievement. Tumpang, in Malay, we say tumpang bangga. So as a past World Heritage volunteer, how do you believe youth involvement in these initiatives can help connect conservation efforts with the use of digital technology?
Um, well, to be honest, I believe conservation should be there like all the time, but the generations, right? It's changing day by day. Like we got Generation Z and then Gen Alphas. So different generations got different type of preferences. So I think youth involvement is very important for us to let the new generations know how to do the things, how to respect our nature. And I think youth involvement connects the digital technology with the conservation skills, right? Because to create awareness, we need the social medias, we need to share stories, develop tools like apps, and so on. So I think the youth involvement is very important. As I myself is working as a content creator, I try to reach audience through my social media platforms by making videos about the nature and how to create awareness there. It can be about waste management, it can be about conserving the natures, right? So I think it's very important because the youth themselves know the technology more than us day by day. So yeah, I believe that this technology should be there, and we should call out the new generations by the technology we have, like social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and all those things. And day by day we should encourage the youth to talk about nature, to talk about the environment more and more, so that more people can know about us and know the value of conservation. Yeah.
Right. What was the topic in 2022 WHV topic? Do you remember? What was the main theme?
Yeah, I think it was about conservating the natural heritages. So yeah, we went to the Royal Belum State Park. We knew all the things about the nature and the forest itself, and yeah, we knew the value of conservating all the things in the forest. Yeah.
Right. And I think it was notable. That's why you won the Prestige Award. So congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right. Akram, so based on your volunteer experience, and maybe you can share a little bit about your time in 2023 with WHV, how can eco-digital communities motivate young people to take action in preserving both cultural and natural heritage?
Yeah. So basically, this term ecological, eco digital, this word digital, right? It encompasses a lot of things, you know. So as a student that is like we grew up in the digital age, and so we observe certain things in a more different way, right? So we are well aware of what happens outside of our environment. So this thing, this eco digital, communities are basically right now the whole world, I guess, because when with the concept of with the advent of social media, you would have everybody's connected now. So I would say that in that aspect, right? Eco digital communities basically get people get to see things that they usually don't see, right? We have back in the day, like they won't be able to travel those huge distances, but now we have access to all of those things. So this sort of in itself is like it's like a motivation. It's like, oh no, I need to see that, I need to learn about this, I need to if there are issues, I need to support this program. One part of the word eco digital, I just checked it out, is that you have AI and all these sort of things coming in.
Yep.
So what we learn, right? So what I learned throughout my research here in UTP is that we use nature in order to help us develop technology. So basically, the most simplest thing which I can tell you is what's known as nature-based algorithms, which are used in various different sectors. So we observe how how certain animals hunt, how certain things happen, and then we just try to mimic that sort of thing in technology. And so that's one of the things. So the other good example is a plane. You just see how birds fly, and then we mimic that sort of design. So that's how to like as youth we can look into that, get inspired, and then sort of build this whole new concept that was not thought about before, simply by just observing nature. And so when at a young age, if you are influenced by this, you would go above and beyond to protect these sites. And the other thing is and this was one of the main things that really opened my eyes. I had the opportunity to visit last year at Royal Belum. I had the opportunity to visit the Orang Asli. This is my first time meeting them, and I was completely like shocked, because I never knew these people existed in Malaysia, and they're completely different to the normal Malaysians. So I've seen like how knowledgeable they are, like how these kids, how they respond to in English, and I think they can speak like three different languages, like English, the Bahasa Melayu, and then their Jahai. I went to the particular Jahai tribe. They can speak their own dialect, so that's amazing, and this is not possible without some communication and all this huge digital interface. And I think they have internet there right now. The one which I went to, they had internet, and it's considered deep in the forest, but they still have internet. So it's amazing, to see
Was it
this sort of
Sungai
thing.
Tiang? Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's Sungai Tiang. That's the one. Yeah.
They have a satellite dish in the kampong. Yes,
Yes,
you're right.
exactly. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
And a school.
So the whole experience is nice. So if people in remote locations get this sort of information, so it's I think it's something that we should invest on. And there's one thing I want to tell youth is that I think Mr. Fadlan, he said in the beginning that the 10-second attention span, but as youth we should actually spend some time learning and mastering and a skill. It takes time, but learning and mastering a certain skill so that we can contribute later on in the future. So yeah, so that was that.
Right.
And the whole I spent 10 days there, and it was an
10
amazing
days.
experience. Yeah,
Nice.
10 days. Yeah.
In the forest or in and out?
No, yeah, UMK Trace obviously, and then 3 days
Okay.
on
And then you were on the
a
houseboat?
on the houseboat for 3 days. Within that, yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Akram. Next question to Bava. So, Bava, looking ahead, what do you think the role of eco digital communities will be in shaping the next generation of conservationists?
Okay. Thank you for the question, Miss Maria. So, looking ahead, I truly believe that eco digital communities are going to play a huge role in shaping the future of conservation, especially in empowering the next generation in conservationists. So, what I can say, these digital platforms are breaking down the barriers, whether it's learning about world heritage or understanding the importance of biodiversity. This platform makes it possible for young people, no matter where they are, or to get involved and stay informed. So the fact that someone halfway across the world can learn about conservation efforts and feel inspired to act is pretty incredible, because these digital platforms brings them together. Mm, like with apps like the Belum Forest Friends app that Mr. Fadlan mentioned in the first session, virtual reality tours, or even online conservation workshops. So from these young conservationists getting the tools they need to make a real change. By imagine being able to connect with the conservationists in remote areas through a virtual workshop. It's an amazing way to bridge the gap between technology and the nature. So yeah, even for the young people can collaborate with others across the globe. It helps to maintain the global collaboration. It's really another game changer where we can share the ideas, celebrate success, and work together on huge challenges like climate change, deforestation, where that sense of shared responsibility, where it's powerful and it's something that only digital communities can facilitate so easily. Yeah, so even eco-digital communities, we can say they are build the bridge between science and community engagement, because
Right.
by getting everyday people involved in the citizen science projects, whether it's reporting wildlife sighting like Mr. Fong talked about that before, or tracking environmental changes, like yeah, more people getting curious about conservation. So this need in themselves. So it's not just about the data, it's about sparking the sense of commitment in the younger generation, which we can say the future of conservation. So yes, even though the eco-digital communities can amplify important conservation stories through media social, or if they have blogs or TikTok reels, videos, they inspire others to take action. So these platforms, I can say, it's really helped to elevate the indigenous knowledge or traditional practice that are really important to sustainable conservation. So I can say in short, eco-digital communities are not just a platform, they are main catalysts. They make conservation accessible. So help young people to collaborate globally and integrate technology in ways that engage people more deeply with the natural world. So I can say by investing in these communities, we are not only preserving our planet, but also nurturing the next generation of passionate, innovative leaders. So yeah, I'm honestly excited to see how these communities will continue to evolve and inspire young people worldwide to step up and take action for these conservation efforts. Yeah.
That's very inspiring. Thank you, Baba. You mentioned breaking barriers, right? So I think to summarize a little bit of what we've touched today is that um, breaking barriers. You even in the comfort of your home, you can still get involved, right? You can still contribute ideas, contribute solutions on how and learning and sharing best practices from other communities all over the world on what we can do better. Bring subject matter experts together through these types of webinars, and also promote awareness, and involvement amongst youth to inspire, so that we can take care of the world that we live in. I think what you guys have done or participated in, which is the World Heritage Volunteer, I think is really remarkable. You spent 10 days in the jungle away from your comforts. I'm not saying Trace is not comfortable, but you're one with nature. You are there hands-on, able to breathe the fresh air, see the animals, experience it for yourself. And I've been to Belum many times, and honestly, I thought I was a city girl, but I actually miss the rainforest, especially how it's very quiet at night and how the monkeys knock on your window or steal something if you don't close the window. It's really, I think we want to inspire the audience and people to get involved, to come to Belum and experience it for yourself, because it is a lifetime experience. You must at least try it once, right? I think I see the alumni nodding. Can we bring everybody on stage, Inja Aiman, so that I think very quickly, I know we're running out of time. Can we have the 4 screens together, please? Sorry. Maybe very quick takeaways. Thank you. Sumaya, would you participate in WHV again? And what would you tell people who's interested to participate?
Well, the answer is like definitely. If I have the chance to visit again, I would definitely visit it, because for me it was a life-changing experience. Like, I have never been into nature for so long. And yeah, just now you say like monkeys knocking on the door. I still remember there was one monkey. It took away my foundation, and I was like, "What just happened?" And it was so fun, the boat thing. And then inside the forest we saw the cameras capturing the tigers and all. So it is a very soothing experience. So I would definitely suggest the young generation to participate and visit, and just let us know after 10 days like what you have experienced. So I think it can be a wonderful experience for the people, whoever is looking forward to join 2025. Yeah.
Thank you, Sumaya. Akram?
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. The short answer for sure, definitely. And for me to be honest, right? So I was raised in Saudi Arabia, which is like a very very how to say, very city type of thing. There's no trees. I mean, the only trees are like bay trees. So there are areas, but it's a bit far. So I was lucky because I used to go back and forth between Saudi Arabia and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is very, very green, has, I think, around 8 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And so I'm sort of like in it, right? But then when I came to Royal Belum, it's on a different scale, you know. So it's very inspirational, and coming from the city, the noise, and then you come over here, it's just silent, right? And so that sort of is like therapeutic, you know. So we, apart from looking into nature, and I want to highlight also, when we say use nature, I don't mean take it. Look, observe, and then learn from it, but don't touch it. So that's the sort of thing I just want to bring forth. And yeah, for sure, if in the future, I do encourage the youth, especially those in university, to uh, go into nature, if you can't specifically Royal Belum, but in nature. And if you have the chance to come to Royal Belum, I suggest you take it and spend some time there. Maybe like a few days, and then enjoy it. It's a good idea, to be honest. So that's one of the things. And even I've told my family, just go and hang out over there a little bit, because it's always KL Penang, KL Penang. But then so let's sort of like I would strongly encourage everyone to have at least one time go to Royal and experience it. And for me personally, like any opportunity that there is for me to go there, I'll take it. And so yeah, that's my whole experience with WHP.
Thank you, Akram. Baba, I know you're local there because you're from UMK. But yes, tell us.
Yeah, I would definitely will join if the if Dr. Ferd give me a chance to be a part of WHP 2025. I would definitely grab that opportunity, because this program has shown me the power of collaboration and the impact we can make when we come together for conservation. So to everyone, let's continue inspiring and empowering each other to protect our nature heritage by joining WHV. So yeah, I want to express my gratitude to the WHV team of Royal Belum State Park because as the saying goes, in the end, we will conserve only what we love. We will love only what we understand. So, and we will understand only what we are taught. So, what I will say, let's keep growing, learning, and making a difference together to in conserving our natural heritage. Yeah.
Thank you, Baba. Very inspirational. I think all of you are very inspirational. I'm so happy. I've only been involved a couple of years, and I'm in love. I'm in love with the rainforest. Belum, I never thought I would survive the jungle, personally. But yeah, it's a sense of belonging. The quiet sounds of nature, crickets, birds, the hornbill season. They'll knock on your doors also in the mornings. I've seen the Rafflesia. I've been very fortunate. I've seen the Rafflesia in bloom. And that was quite early, and I didn't have to go deep into the forest. I've yet to been very lucky to stumble on elephants, and I love elephants, but I have not yet been so lucky. I don't think I want to meet the tigers, but maybe the gars and the sun bears. I know some of the tourists who visited Belum Rainforest Resort saw elephants swimming in the lake, and coming up. And in the mornings, I know they come out, but I've not yet been so lucky. So I think it's a reason for all of us to go back to Belum and continue with our efforts. I also learned that in my dictionary, insects are pests, right? But when I got to know the insects of Pulau Banding, the ones that look like sticks and leaves, they were so cute and so precious and so beautiful. And we bring those insects, because they're not protected insects, into awareness campaigns we have. So I think I implore every one of you to do what we can, because together we can do more. So thank you so much, guys, for spending the time with me today and sharing your experience. I hope there's interest, and we can then have other sessions. Maybe you can tell us about, in your 10 days in the WHB, what did you do? What did you learn? What were you hands-on about? So I think that would be really, 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 really great. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time. Volunteering is a noble cause. God bless you, and I hope you continue to be the voice of conservation wherever you may be. And I wish you all the best in your future undertakings. And I hope we will meet in person outside of this eco-digital community. So thank you so much, all three of you. Thank you. All right. I don't know if we still have any audience, but for those of you who are still tuned in, I really appreciate you taking the time today to engage with us. So I think I would like to highlight some key takeaways from the two sessions we had today. For one, it's youth engagement and digital technology. So youth involvement in conservation combined with digital tools, it creates a powerful bridge between traditional conservation practices and modern innovations. So I think this connection empowers young people to actively participate in preserving natural and cultural heritage. The second point, eco-digital communities. So I think by harnessing the potential of eco-digital communities, we can inspire the next generation to take action in conservation. These communities are essential in blending technology with sustainability, promoting awareness, encouraging proactive engagement in environmental preservation. And the last one is future conservation. So I think looking ahead, eco-digital communities do play a critical role in shaping future conservationists. The ability to integrate digital solutions with conservation efforts will definitely be key to achieve sustainable and impactful results in years to come. So I really want to thank everyone of our panelists for joining us today. Thank you to the audience, ladies and gentlemen, making this session very inspiring. I had fun. Really, it's been an invaluable insights to all the participants, and I love the enthusiasm and the engagement. So let's take these ideas shared today and continue working together to sustain our natural heritage and foster impactful eco-digital communities. So to close today's webinar, I'd like to invite Mr. Khairul Hazlan bin Hamzah, who is the Program Officer for Culture and Communication, Malaysia National Commission for UNESCO, from Ministry of Education, to deliver the closing remarks on behalf of the Executive Secretary for Malaysian National Commission for Commission of UNESCO. Thank you, everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Warm greetings from Malaysia. Presenting Mr. Ahmad Mokhtar Muhammad Hayani, Executive Secretary of the Malaysian National Commission for UNESCO. Please allow me to read his speech on his behalf. Honorable guests, esteemed colleagues, World Heritage Volunteers for Royal Belum State Park Malaysia 2024, and dear participants. Today, we are taking an essential step to strengthen youth participation in preserving World Heritage. Whether through in-person volunteering or meaningful dialogue, your involvement is crucial to ensuring that our national treasures are protected for future generations. This is part of the communication, education, and public awareness of CPAR initiatives to increase community awareness about caring for and sustaining natural resource management. Aligned with UNESCO's vision of promoting peace, sustainable development, and cultural understanding through education, we encourage you to embrace this mission as you help preserve our rich heritage, mainly through various world volunteer initiatives. In 2022, Royal Belum State Park's first World Heritage Volunteer Program received the prestigious Star of Outstanding Award at the Global Awards for World Heritage Education in Innovative Cases in Riyadh. This remarkable achievement, which reflects the dedication of our volunteers and partners, inspires our future endeavor. Last year, we conducted 5 project-based camps. In 2024, we have implemented our initiatives with a series of action camps, including living lab projects, mobility programs with international universities, exhibitions, and a webinar forum dedicated to volunteerism and conservation. On behalf of the Malaysian National Commission for UNESCO, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to our global youth, the MK Tropical Rainforest Research Centre, Pulau Banding Foundation, MK Foundation, Perak State Corporation, Orang Asli Communities, and other partners at the Belum Temenggor Tropical Rainforest Complex and Lenggong Valley. Your unwavering support and collaboration have been invaluable in advancing world volunteer initiatives. Royal Belum State Park exemplifies how raising awareness can promote global cooperation for sustainable development. We also want to give special thanks to our sponsors and hope to inspire future partnerships in conservation through volunteer initiatives. Your active participation is essential for finding sustainable solutions to preserve these heritage sites. As members of global community, you embody the spirit of UNESCO's vision for a more sustainable and inclusive world. We hope you gain valuable experiences from this webinar forum and feel inspired to act. Remember, volunteering can be done in person or digitally. Let's spread the message of conservation and cherish our global heritage sites. Together, let's build forward differently. Thank you.